The towering Marduk stood at the heart of ancient Babylon, the supreme god whose authority echoed throughout the skies and the earth. He guarded the cosmic order, the hero who triumphed over primordial chaos. A cosmic event was brewing in the depths of Abzu, the primordial chasm of fresh waters. Ea, the god of wisdom in the waters, and Damkina celebrated the birth of their son. This would not be an ordinary god, but a deity of inconceivable power, destined to shape the destiny of the universe. A god of unparalleled beauty and strength emerged from the pristine waters of Abzu. His eyes searched the darkest corners of existence, while his ears heard the echoing whispers of the cosmos. As he opened his mouth, his fiery tongue lolled out, revealing the intensity of his power. Marduk embodied divine strength and majesty, a beacon of light amid primordial chaos. His birth presaged a new era, a time when order would rise above chaos, and the fate of the universe would be rewritten. News of Marduk's birth echoed through the corners of the universe, reaching the ears of the sky god Anu. Interested by the young god's emanating power, Anu descended from his celestial dwelling to behold the new deity. As Anu contemplated Marduk, he was struck by his beauty and grandeur. Marduk's brute strength was evident, but the intelligence that shone in his eyes was what impressed Anu the most. Acknowledging Marduk's greatness and potential, Anu realized that a new cycle of cosmic order was about to begin. To seal this new era, Anu crafted the four winds, powerful entities that blew from the north, south, east, and west, and handed them over to Marduk. Holding the winds in his hands, Marduk took control of the primordial chaos, subduing the turbulent forces that threatened the stability of the universe. From this point on, Marduk assumed the role of guardian of cosmic order, charged with maintaining the balance between the forces of the universe. But the newly found peace and order would not last forever. The primordial goddess of salty waters and the personification of chaos, Tiamat, awoke from her slumber with a lust for destruction. She assembled an army of monsters and hideous creatures, headed by the god Kingu, to destroy the new established order. Tiamat's threat resembled an impending storm, throwing a shadow over creation and menacing to plunge the universe back into primordial chaos. Hearing of Tiamat's rampage and her army of monstrous creatures spread like wildfire through the heavenly realms, planting fear and apprehension among the gods. The god of the horizon, Anshar, summoned his sons Ea and Anu to deal with the imminent threat. The god of wisdom, Ea, and the god of the sky, Anu, set off towards the chaos, armed with all their powers and incantations. But as they approached Tiamat's lair, the full extent of the threat was unveiled in all its awful glory. The creature's thunderous roar, the chaotic energy emanating from Tiamat, and the vision of her monstrous army were all enough to fill the hearts of the gods with terror. For all their power, Ea and Anu recoiled at the threat, realizing that the battle against Tiamat was far beyond their means. Considering the powerlessness of the older gods, hope seemed lost, until Ea remembered his son Marduk. The mighty god was called upon to lead the battle against Tiamat. He accepted the challenge, confident in his power and ability, but not without imposing his terms. He demanded that, in exchange for his triumph, he be appointed supreme god, with absolute power over all others. Looking to Marduk as their only hope of salvation, the gods agreed to his demands. The summoning of Marduk was a turning point for the battle against chaos, igniting the flame of hope amid the impending darkness. From the depths rose Tiamat, the personification of chaos, her eyes burning with rage, her scaly body rippling with destructive power. Her voice reverberating through the void, Tiamat said, "Arrogant young fool, do you dare challenge my power? Your allies are weak, and you are no match for the strength of primordial chaos." Marduk retorted with a defiant smile. "Tiamat, your words are as empty as the abyss from which you sprang. I am Marduk, the king of the gods, and my order will prevail over your chaos." With one swift motion, Marduk invoked the four winds, his trusted allies. They pounced on Tiamat, yowling and roaring, their relentless gusts pummeling the goddess's body. The south wind, the north wind, the east wind, and the west wind swept over her, gusting so strongly that Tiamat found it impossible to tighten her huge mouth. Marduk used the opportunity to prepare his next attack, the fury of the storm growing in his eyes. With Tiamat trapped by the winds, Marduk hoisted his shimmering net, a symbol of the order he represented. With one precise movement, he threw the net over Tiamat, entangling her in a web of glittering threads. Tiamat squirmed, attempting to free herself, but his net was unyielding, each knot tightening with every move the goddess made. The net was the physical expression of Marduk's attempt to impose order on the primordial chaos, a force that restricted and controlled Tiamat's destructive energy. With Tiamat pinned down, Marduk drew his bow, the tension in the air increasing by the second. He targeted the heart of the goddess, the epicenter of her chaotic power. The arrow flew from the bow like a lightning strike, cutting through the air and hitting Tiamat squarely in the chest. An agonized groan echoed across the battlefield as the goddess contorted in pain. Marduk's arrow stood for order, piercing the heart of chaos. As Tiamat's light faded, her immense body collapsed into the turbulent waters. The battle had ended, Marduk's victory heralding the triumph of order over primordial chaos. As their leader fell, Tiamat's army collapsed in chaos and despair. Creatures that moments before had been roaring in fury now fled in panic, hoping to escape Marduk's wrath. But the storm god would not let chaos spread again. In his storm chariot, Marduk chased after the fleeing monsters, his fury as powerful as the lightning emanating from his armor. Marduk captured the beings Tiamat had created one by one, subduing them with his strength and might. Anyone who attempted to resist was crushed under his ruthless hands. He showed no mercy to the chaos creatures, for he knew that their existence was threatening his established order. Once Tiamat's army had been defeated and imprisoned, Marduk cemented his victory, proving that he was the master of the universe and the guardian of order. The epic battle against Tiamat was now over, but Marduk's journey as supreme god had only just begun. With chaos defeated, Marduk focused on creating a new world. Out of Tiamat's body, he raised heaven and earth, separating the waters above from the waters below. With skill and accuracy, he shaped the stars, fixing them in their constellations, and charted the path of the planets, defining their movements and cycles. He drew up the calendar, dividing the year into months and days, and laid down the laws that would govern the universe, assuring harmony and balance between all things. Acknowledged for his heroic deeds and creative power, Marduk solidified his position as the supreme god of the Babylonian pantheon. In reverence and gratitude, the other gods crowned him as their king and swore eternal loyalty. With his wisdom and strength, Marduk ruled over the gods and mankind, asserting order and justice throughout the universe. His name reverberated through the ages, held up in hymns and rituals, and his legend formed the basis of Babylonian cosmology, a testimony to the triumph of order over chaos and the making of a world out of destruction.